afternoon, my dear student. That today we are going to start our new chapter. That is the third chapter according to your syllabus. That is the migration. Now, what is migration? In the previous chapter, you already read about that. What is the migration? The migration means the movement of people from one place to another place. Can I repeat it? The movement of people from one place to another place is known as migration. So you have to remember that. That movement of people from one place to another place is known as the migration. Now this migration, it takes place not from today. That it takes place from the early times. That when the peoples they are living in the forest area or the Paleolithic age, all the time the peoples they are searching of foods and also for the shelter, they have to migrate from one place to another place. So from that time only the migration gets started. This also being followed, and nowadays also being followed this migration. And the types it being changed. So now today we are going to discuss about first that what is the migration. And you know that the migration are divided into two parts. That is the immigration. The migration are divided into two parts. What are the two parts? That is the immigration. E-M-M-I-G-R-A-T-I-O-N. That is the immigration, and the second one is the immigration. So this one is the immigration and immigration. I already discussed it into my previous classes while I will teach that the second chapter. That immigration means that when the peoples exit one place and enter the new place, when the peoples exit one area and enter new areas, on this type the migration process, or in which migration process that people exit the old area and they enter a new portion, new areas. This type of the migration that is known as the immigration. And the second one is the immigration, I-M-M-I. When in which type of migration process people enter in one area, that is called the immigration. Now, so immigration and immigration are totally different. These are the two types of migration. Now, these are basic types. Now, today we are going to discuss about the three main types or the major types of migration. Now, before that, we want to ask that some questions that about why the peoples they have to migrate from one place to another place. They have the plenty of reasons that people they have to migrate. Sometimes people they need such a job. If they not get the sufficient job in where they are living, so they migrate into the other place where they get the sufficient job. Other reasons are also there where the health facilities and people are not getting a sufficient amount. They also be migrate. Either peoples where they not get the proper amount of food, or the crop production is not occurring in a proper amount, they not get the electricity facility, health facility, water supply, or the other infrastructure. That time also peoples they being migrated from the one place to another place. So they have lots of reason for the migration process. Now we have to know that migration are generally they are divided into the three types. What are the three types? That is the internal migration, that is also called the voluntary migration. The second one is the external migration, that's also called the involuntary migration, and the third one is the forced migration. Now, this internal, external, and forced migration. Internal migration is also known as the voluntary migration. External migration is also known as the involuntary migration, and the third is the forced migration. Now, here we are going to read that the internal migration. What is the meaning of it? Internal means that inside. When the migration take place inside of a country, this type migration is known as internal migration. Again, I repeat, when the migration take place from inside of a country, that inside the country only, like from the Kolkata to Mumbai, Chennai to Delhi, this type of migration, when it take place inside a country, this type of migration is known as the internal migration. Now, this internal migration are divided into the two parts. What are the two parts? First one is the rural to urban migration and urban to rural migration. Internal migration are divided into the two parts. First one is the rural to urban migration, and second one is the urban to rural migration. Now, what is the rural to urban migration? That when the peoples are migrate from the rural area to urban area. When the peoples are migrate due to the few reasons for the rural area to urban area. This type migration is known as the rural to urban migration, and this is the pure form. Is the most of the peoples they have followed this type of migration. That from the village area they have to come to the cities and town. Now, what is the reason they have come to the cities and town from the village area? Because the first of all for the job opportunity. In the village area, peoples they did not get the sufficient amount of job opportunity. So they need if they need except the agriculture, if they need to earn money, that time the in village area they not get others option except the animal rearing or the fishing or the agriculture. So people they have to move into or the sector into the cities and town where they get the plenty of job opportunities and they can get or they can do their work. The second one is the second reason for the health facilities. That in the village area they not get the health facilities properly, or the good nursing homes or the doctors are not present on the area, so they have to go for the better treatment into the cities and town. The third one is the educational opportunities. Those are if anyone want to go for the higher studies, so all the colleges and the universities are not located into the village area, so people they have to be shifted into the cities and town where they get this all the opportunities in which stream they have to going to read. And so like this type of facility, water supply, electricity, and the transportation, communication, road, bridges, facility. So many points are there that many causes for that reason the peoples they have to migrate from the rural to urban area. Now urban to rural area, what is the reason? That with this type of migration, when the migration take place from the urban to rural area, this type of migration is known as the urban rural or the urban migration, or the opposite type of migration. And this migration is found in a very rare amount, very rare. This one, most of the people migrate on this, and this type of migration is found in a very rare amount. That people shift from the urban to rural area. Sometimes people, when the full life doing the work or the job, after that sometimes they need some rest or they need some, they finding some peace. So they find some peace area where they will not make so much noise or not make so much crowding. So sometimes they return to their own place or their village area and they start to live in the village region. Either if any people they want to they not want to stay in the those are the cities and town where it's very populated, so they can also be returned by this way. So for the reason the which migration it take place is known as the urban to rural migration. So today I have here. So I hope you have to understand it. Once you read your books, you have to understand better. And the next class we have to discuss more.